What's going on, everyone? Gilman with the Wellthy Stocks, back with our daily Apple update video, ticker symbol AAPL, where we take a look at how Apple stock traded today, key levels of support and resistance that we are looking at moving into the future, including any recent news and updates. And then we'll see based on that what Apple stock could do. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit that like button down below. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. Comment down below what your thoughts on Apple are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let me go ahead and hit record, and we will get right into the video. So Apple had a little bit of a red day, and that's something that I was kind of, not to say called it, but was anticipating, right? We were super extended from both the AEMA. RSI was looking a little bit overbought, so we got a little bit of a pullback. Partly, we had a smaller pullback, and then kind of halfway through the day, we got a little bit of a bigger pullback. So we'll take a look at that as well. Before we do that, I kind of covered this yesterday, but we have the spring-loaded event coming up for Apple, which could be a decently big deal. We could get new iPads, Macs, and new accessories as well. So about 2 days ago, I think it was, I covered that we are going to be experiencing some iPad Pro screen shortages. But despite that, right, we're getting an event that we, where we probably will be getting another iPad Pro. So that's great news. Again, every time Apple upgrades something, it leads to more sales, since people a lot of times, wait for kind of, okay, I don't want to get the iPad now since the old iPad is like X years old, so let me just wait a little bit. So when that happens, it usually causes people to upgrade. The iMac is also going to get an upgrade, so that should be great. It's going to get the Apple M1 chip, and then AirTags is something that was rumored, right? It's been the subject of speculations for the past 2 years, so we have not gotten that yet. Maybe we get it at the event, who knows? I think that, iPad is like highest probability, then Macs, then these AirTags, and then, iPhone cases and Apple Watch bands, like I don't think is that big of a deal. But the other thing that, we covered is Apple is working on, an update to their Apple TV that incorporates webcam. I don't think we necessarily get that on this event, but it's nonetheless something that we've covered recently that Apple is working on to compete with the likes of, Roku, Google TV, and all that, or Chromecast, that's what it's called, and all the other ones. So that should be great for Apple. Just wanted to quickly recover this. It's something big that's happening. So that's happening next week, you guys, about a week from yesterday. And then the following week, exactly 2 weeks from today, is when we get the earnings on 4/28. So that will be a kind of an interesting week as well for Apple. If it's typical, we might run up, see a little bit of a sell-off in both of those events. So maybe run up a little, sell-off, run up, sell-off. Hopefully, though, it's not too kind of violent of a stretch either way. So now let's get into the stock. We'll talk about recent levels of support, levels of resistance, and see what we see. So, pre-market looked pretty good, right? We were pushing up, open at the 135, and boom, right then and there we tanked. As you can see, our 133.45 held up as really nice level of support here, here, but we could not clear VWAP, so then we went kind of down to the next level. Again, take a look at that perfect bounce, right? 132.52 is our level, 132.57 is where we get the bounce, so about 5 cents away from our level. Pushed up, rejected by VWAP again, and then this kind of scary fall happened in the second half of the day. Not exactly sure what it was related to. Powell spoke, it could be that. Coinbase started trading, it could be that. But I'm not entirely sure what this sell-off was related to. I think it could be any of those things, or just general profit taking, but it does seem a little bit too steep, too fast for it to just be normal profit taking. And then we kind of got rejected back at this 132.52 level. So now we're in between two of our pretty solid levels here. So we'll see where the future takes us from here. So again, ending the day down $2.40, which is about 1.79% red on the day. The NASDAQ was only down about 1% on the day. The Dow Jones was up 0.22%, and the S&P was down 0.34%, kind of experiencing that similar drop that we saw over here. Story of the day was Coinbase, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, kind of started how in the 380s, pushed up, you know, above 400, 429, and then had a pretty nasty sell-off, going down as low as 310. And then kind of pushing up into the close, right? So still up a decent amount. Not that we could get it at that cheaper price, right? Those are the big banks and big institutions just making money for, you know, being the middlemen and kind of putting the money on the line and just making out big by not doing a whole lot. But hey, that's me. Hopefully none of you guys got in at kind of these higher points. That's one of the reasons why I don't really like, you know, IPO days, and I don't buy in on IPO days, because there's no kind of support and resistance and what is the company worth. So more likely than not, you know, it can have violent swings. So I stay out of the way for that. Apple though, which does have a lot of support and resistance that we like to look at, here's what we see. So we had this bull pennant going here. And we broke out of that bull pennant here on a 4 or 5. And again, we had that bull pennant there for a little bit, so it's not like I just drew it after the fact, right? And we caught that breakout. Hopefully we did, right? Took us from the 120s to the low to mid 130s. Remember, today we hit 135 at one point. And then we had, you know, a little bit of a pullback today. So the key here is, you know, pullbacks are healthy, pullbacks are normal, pullbacks are needed along the way. We still made a higher high than yesterday, so it's still all good. So now let's talk about future levels of support, future levels of resistance. So on the upside, since we're now right here, we've got a couple levels to go to. That is the 132.52 level and then the 133.45 level. Those are the levels that we broke below today, but as we saw, they were holding up as pretty good levels of support. So on the way up, those are the two levels I'm watching for, and then 136.05 would be kind of the next reach level. Tomorrow is Thursday, so maybe we see a small green day and then a little bit of a Friday fade on Friday. You know, but it all depends on kind of market sentiment, what's going on with other stocks, what's going on with the market. S&P has been on an absolute kind of crazy tear. So I think we're due a little bit more of a pullback, but hey, it could go on and get more extended before it pulls back. So on the other side, if Apple were to go down tomorrow, 131.45 and then 130.24. Remember 2 days ago when we had that little bit of a pullback on Monday that we kind of called on Sunday because of how extended Apple was looking. I really wanted us to test the 130 level. We got pretty close to it. We tested 130.60s. But, you know, I was hoping for a little bit of a 130 test, so maybe we still get that if we see another red day. Don't want it to go below 130 necessarily, but I do want to see it kind of, you know, establish that as a good level of support, start to push right back up. So 131.45, 130.24, kind of those two levels of support that I'm looking at. 8 EMAs also right at $130.14. So if we were to visit that, hopefully we see a bounce off the 8 EMA. Other EMAs are down here as well and starting to hopefully turn around so that they're stacked and we start to, you know, be kind of bullishly stacked on those EMAs. So that's what we're looking at, you guys. Another, you know, great day for, not a great day trading wise for Apple, but a pullback was kind of happening as we kind of talked about. So we got that action filled day for sure, especially kind of that steep sell off at the second half of the day. But I think the next 2 weeks for Apple should be great between the kind of spring events and then the earnings the week after. So hopefully we see more price action. And remember, every day, these are opportunities, right? I actually played a quick call between kind of on the bounce of this level and I sold it right here. So I got in when it started bouncing here in the 132.70s and I sold it here 133.35. It wasn't a huge gain. It was maybe like 8 to 10%. But you know, using these levels, I was able to kind of get quick in and out on that trade. I still have my Apple shares, got that covered call that I'm probably going to roll again. So I'll keep you guys updated when that goes through. I'm thinking maybe like the 128.50s or 75s or 129 for next Friday, assuming we get a little bit of a pullback, but we'll see. And then I still have that June call that I was down on and then flat on and then now probably slightly down on again. So I'll keep you guys posted on that as well. As always, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you are new, comment down below what your thoughts on Apple are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.